That's cool.
Oh,
all the time.
No kidding.
yeah.
They
Mary kind of liked me because, well,
was
he's
talking
an
to me about like
engineer.
being around the
Yeah.
older of it.
But she was one that found me. I was out for one.
Of the Alpha One
No.
project. Yeah,
She's
I
been
worked with
longer.
Have we talked to Mr. D yet?
And
No, I haven't talked to him. I did go over the.
I had to tell Mike today.
yeah,
I had
yeah.
to give him some good news. It's been horrible couple
Write
weeks.
that down.
But,
When I first got diagnosed,
Yeah, we can pull this. I just don't want to have to pull my phone up. This is just what I plan to make a motion on, or you, or anybody.
she was doing
Technically, we haven't agreed to this,
I met him at the Walkers
even though I think we
annual talks.
probably will.
Yeah. Right.
You know, cigarettes. Let's get rid of it. You're gonna probably, you're probably gonna have to.
I'm so happy.
But I mean,
Oh,
I've had
is it on?
so many drugs in me.
Oh, then, yeah, you sometimes.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay.
if you want to make a motion, bump me and I'll say Dan makes the motion or Dan supports. That way you aren't going to be sucking that thing dry.
Are you guys ready?
His breathing thing.
Yep.
All right. Good evening. Thank you for everyone who is attending. We call the regular meeting of the City Commission Tuesday, November 12th at 7 p.m. At this time, we will have some recognition. The first one, on behalf of the City Commission of Buchanan, I hereby recognize the team of dedicated election workers. Their hard work is appreciated, and I hope that you will all join me in congratulating them on a well-run election. And more importantly, thank you for getting it all together, because I know all the hard work you put in your team. That was absolutely amazing. And from my understanding, everybody who did vote said that everything was just perfectly smooth and no conflicts. And when they brought in their mail-in ballots that they wanted to vote in person, they were handled accordingly. So thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. Okay, and second recognition. We hereby recognize and congratulate our elected city commissioners, Commissioner Patrick Swim and Commissioner Larry Money. You've been selected by the members of the community. As such, you are now entrusted with the sacred duty of leadership through service to your city and its people. May truth and wisdom guide you as you charted the course for Buchanan's bright future. All right, and then
Just going to do it here?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this state, and I will faithfully discharge the duties of office of City Commissioner in and for the City of Buchanan, County of Berrien, and State of Michigan, according to the best of my ability.
I do.
I do.
Awesome.
4 more years of fun.
well, we got through 2 with you, Dan, so we're only got 2 now.
We do it because we love it.
Yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
That's right. It's not for the pay.
Nobody understands it. They're never going to.
Okay, moving on. All right, if everybody could join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I'm just gonna turn around. No, I'm not gonna sit down.
Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's not a necessity that you have to stand.
Who would have thought that laughter was associated with Dan Bianski, but that's pretty good. That's pretty
Should
good.
I make a statement?
I don't know. Maybe we'll save that to the
Save
end.
the air.
Okay,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
you want.
Hold that all in. All right. Can we have roll call, please?
Whedon,
Yes.
Bianski,
Yes.
Money,
Present.
Swim,
Present.
and George.
Yes.
You have a quorum.
All right. At this time, I'll take a motion to approve the agenda.
Move to approve the agenda as presented.
Do we have support?
This is money I'll support.
Roll call, please.
Bianski,
Yes.
Money,
Yes.
Swim,
Yes.
George,
Yes.
Whedon.
Yes.
Carries.
All right. Thank you. At this time, we'll take public comment. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes, and they are for agenda items only. Approach the podium and state your name for the record. Okay, very good. I see no one approaching. Thank you. Now, special business, nomination and appointments for mayor and mayor pro tem. Consider nominating via motion. Okay, at this time, I will take a motion to appoint the mayor for the city of Buchanan.
This is, I move to nominate Commissioner Whedon to the position of mayor.
Thank you. Do we have support?
I'll support.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Money,
Yes.
Swam,
Yes.
George,
Yes.
Whedon,
No, what if I said no? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, yes. We gotta try to
Bianski.
lighten it up a
Yes.
little bit.
motion carries.
All right. All right. Now for the mayor pro tem, I will take a motion to appoint a mayor pro tem.
I would move to nominate Commissioner Patrick Swam to be appointed mayor pro tem.
Do we have support?
I'll support.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Swam,
Yes.
George,
Yes.
Whedon,
Yes.
Bianski,
Yes.
Money.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Now we'll move on to the consent agenda. I'll take a motion to approve the minutes from last month's meeting.
I move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
George,
Yes.
Whedon,
Yes.
Bianski,
Yes.
Money,
Yes.
Swam.
Yes.
Carries.
Thank you. We do not have any scheduled matters from the floor. Nothing on reports from committees and boards. Unfinished business, the retaining wall bids for Mr. Tim Lynch.
Okay, similar to the McCoy Creek culvert project that we're gonna be reviewing here in a bit, we did reach out to 8 to 10 contractors and received only 2 bids with a compressed schedule to finish the project by December 20th. I've discussed this with our engineers and feel if we extend the time frame in the next spring and summer, it may attract more bidders, and we work hard on recruiting bidders, we may get more bids and more competitive bids. I recommend we rebid with the same design and a modified completion date of approximately June 30th at this time.
Good. Would someone like to make a motion?
Also move.
Thank you. Do we have support?
I'll support.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Whedon,
Yes.
Bianski,
Yes.
Money,
Yes.
Swam,
Yes.
George.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay. And then also for Mr. Lynch, new business construction contract award for McCoy Creek Culvert.
Okay, we have before us, the bids on the McCoy Creek, culvert project. We reached out to 8 to 10 bidders, we received 1 bid, and it appears to be in line with the engineer's estimate. I have Mike Morphy here from Avamars, if you have any questions of him, and I'm going to recommend we award to the bidder, but you may wanna ask Mike some questions prior to proceeding with that.
Is everybody so busy that nobody wants to bid them?
I certainly wouldn't want to speak for all the contractors and the bidders, but it seems that way. Most of the projects that I bid out this year have had a maximum of 3 bidders. So I think there's just a lot of work out there. That ARPA money is still flowing through a lot of communities, and I think it's still there. So there's plenty of work out there, and they kind of have their selection of how aggressive they want to be at different projects.
Mike, I called a couple contractors that I would have thought would have bid this, and their feedback was this was really more of a bridge project compared to a traditional road construction project. Is just for the public's sake on, what's so much different between those two fields?
Well, for one, you've got the flowing waterway underneath with McCoy Creek. Our permits are set up in a way that tries to minimize impacts on the creek. That was really important and central to the design and how we looked at the project. And so I could see that, someone who normally doesn't work in that type of environment may not be comfortable with it.
Sure.
I did hear that from one contractor as well. And ultimately, the way that culvert flows, it is kind of like a bridge, and we've got, vehicular traffic into and out of those parking lots.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Is it the DNR that we're gonna have to deal with, state DNR or federal DNR?
So it's the.
Are they one of the same?
Yeah, for this project, we had to permit the project through Eagle. And ultimately, when Eagle issues permits that involve waterways, they do reach out to the DNR as one of their stakeholders. And we have been in touch directly with the DNR fisheries representative. He has told us there's certain ways we can still do the work, starting soon potentially. We'll keep them in the loop as we know the contractor's plans and schedule, and just make sure that everything's in compliance with what their expectations are. Obviously, we don't want to mess with the migration that occurs in McCoy Creek. It's a really special thing, and obviously in the city's best interest to stay out of that if we can.
Is there anything that could be done from like a layman's point of view or from a political point of view? Because it just seems like the regulations have gotten nuts. I mean, the fish are gonna swim up that creek whether we drop a rock in it or not.
Sure, they have been pretty cooperative here. The Eagle permitting agent helped to move things forward in a reasonable pace.
So they are helping out.
Yeah,
They're not being obstructive.
In fisheries too, that they're typically, they have to be very careful about the things that they're regulating with regard to migratory species and things. But in this case, he's tried to work with us to say, here's the things you could do to be able to start this project earlier if needed. So far so good.
I just got a little background with
No,
dealings.
you're good, man. You're good. Anything else?
No.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Would anyone, I'll take a motion.
I'll move to approve the construction contract award for McCoy Creek Culvert Project to Riverworks Construction in the amount of $702,230.
Thank you. Do we have support?
I'll support.
Roll call, please.
Bianski,
Yes.
Money,
Yes.
Swem,
Yes.
George,
Yes.
and Whedon.
Yes.
Carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike. Let's see, the water line, Mr. Lynch as well.
Okay, as required by the state of Michigan, letters were sent out to our water customers indicating that lead material composition of their water lines are either galvanized previously connected to lead or unknown and may contain lead. We're required to send these letters out by November 15th. We did not expect all favorable responses. We have fielded and returned several calls, and our consistent message is that we are preaching an overabundance of caution on the lead, and that the water quality of Buchanan is very good and the lead risk is minimal based on our testing. We've also done a few inside inspections as a result of this notification. We posted a public statement on the city website to help alleviate consumer concerns about the notifications. The letters refer to our water quality report, which indicates Buchanan's water is safe and tested frequently, and there is minimal concern of lead as the state action level for lead is 15 parts per billion. And Buchanan's most recent testing resulted in 1 part per billion with a range of 0 to 3 parts per billion. So we're very minimal on the lead content. Most of the residents we have spoken to are very understanding on the matter. Currently, we are utilizing our $558,000 grant to physically confirm the material composition of all water lines in our system, and we are pursuing the planning and coordination efforts to fully replace all suspect service lines. In addition, we recently filed a letter of intent to apply for grants and loans for fiscal year 2026 to secure funding for the actual physical replacement of the lines. When we're done with this grant work, we'll have a composite analysis of all the lines in our city, and then we'll be able to pursue removing of the lead lines after that if we can secure the grant funding. So we're on it, we're doing the best we can, and those are all state requirements. I'm surprised we haven't heard more throughout the state, because every community in the state pretty much had to send out these letters by November 15th.
So this is 5 years into their 20-year program, isn't it?
I'm not sure of their timeline, but they seem to keep compressing it. On removal.
But they ain't puking up any money.
Well, all we got was the money to explore right now to see which ones are lead and, try to better confirm what the material composition is of our service lines.
See, what a lot of people don't understand, Tim, and I think we need to kind of put it out there. Anybody that's got copper lines has got lead in your water. I mean, it's that simple, because you use lead to put copper together. Not wrong, am I wrong? Isn't solder lead?
It's not lead. Lead is the good stuff. Galvanized.
Yeah, galvanized.
Galvanized is the bad stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you, Mike.
Lead
Thank
is
you.
lead is not what you want. Copper is what you want.
Mhm.
Galvanized is not.
So it's not the,
It's like-
it's not the solder that you use to put the copper together.
Nope.
So it's galvanized pipe.
Yep, galvanized pipe collects the lead, and you're talking about a piece of lead that was on the pipe this big to start. That's how they bent the pipe to get it to go, and then they
Right,
connected the
right.
galvanized back in the day.
Right, all right.
So,
No, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I've always thought it was the solder.
no, nope.
Well,
Yeah, and we've been potholing and looking for this stuff for years. Craig and the team has done a good job of identifying it, and you can, as you look back through our expenditures over the years, I think we had a couple recently, we've replaced it as we found it in those cases, so
well, I
we're as
replaced 100
proactive as
feet
we
in my
can.
house.
Yeah,
My house had, I mean, I don't know why they used as much pipe, because I used 100 feet to replace what was in there, and there was 300 feet in the house.
yeah. So it's
Every elbow they had in the house, they used.
So it's unfortunate the wording had to be what the wording was, but that was a state template letter that had to go out, but we've been very active in getting in front of it, getting on top of it, and replacing it when we find it.
We've had folks in City Hall here, and I came out and talked to them. Craig's been on the phone. Any
Mhm.
calls we get, we return the calls. We're being very proactive on it.
Yep.
I've
Doing
gotten
great.
calls, Facebook messages, I mean, it's, the weekend was pretty tough on people, they didn't know what to think, so.
Oh yeah, when I read it, I felt the same. I went down in my basement and looked, and what
It's
do I
been out
got
there-
coming in here?
It's been 5 years now, hasn't it? Wasn't this,
Yeah,
this is
sounds
all,
about right.
Yeah, when it,
this was all pro,
yeah.
whoever our governor is now, I don't remember, I don't care.
All right. Save some air.
It's the drugs, buddy.
Yeah.
And
No.
No, unfortunately.
Mike,
Thank you, though.
am I right or wrong? Because I've talked to a couple of people, a couple of different people, and there are households within the city that get tested on a periodic basis. I think every 3 or every 6 months, they come in and
We give
Test.
bottles, and then they set them on their porch or whatever, whenever they grab a sample, but yes.
right.
there
And
are
so,
tests
yeah,
that
to
go on.
alleviate a lot of the other misconceptions,
Yep,
that the letter could generate.
yep. That's our water quality.
Water is tested, like I said, on, I'm not sure the cycle, 3, 6, whatever.
Yeah.
But it is tested in different locations and periodically,
Yes.
yeah.
And
that
I really
would
wanna
help.
make a big point that we were way ahead of this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We were
Very
way
much.
ahead of this,
yeah, thank you guys for
Uh,
that.
10 years ago or more.
Good.
So we knew where our problems were before all this garbage happened in Flint, because that's what this is all about.
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
Great. Anything else? Questions, comments? All right. At this time, I will take a motion to enter closed session.
I'll move.
Can you give me the whole?
You want to let Raquel read it so you can just say support?
She has to have it read for the record.
The whole
Yeah, she
MCL
needs to
code.
have it
I move to enter closed session under MCL 15.2688F to review and consider the contents of applicants who have requested confidentiality.
Do we have support?
I'll support.
Roll call, please.
Money,
Yes.
Swem,
Yes.
George,
Yes.
Whedon,
Yes.
Bianski.
Yeah.
You're enclosed.
Thank you.
For those waiting, it is anticipated to be a rather long closed session tonight, so.
So we have a very directly up your yard, and then in your house is still galvanized. So then now we have to go inside your house and look by your water meter, and if you have galvanized pipe coming in from the street, then you were hooked to galvanized lead at some point in your house's career. But here's the thing, your house is plumbed with galvanized lines at that point. So we're gonna replace from the street to your water meter, but then your house still has all these galvanized lines in it.
Yeah, well, that's clear. Sure. But I just think the mess up is in Harbor.
Yes.
And other places.
Yes.
I don't.
Yeah. It's a big mess, but we, so far, we have not found it anywhere that it's alarming numbers or anything like that.
Because.
Yep. Sure.
Elm tree.
Yep. I've only seen them a couple of times in different water plants. I've never seen it in ground here, but it's very cool. Yeah. They got to handle it. I won't let Cal be here alone, so. I said I won't leave Cal here to fend for himself.
giving you direction.
No, I don't, that's why I stay right here. Be good.
It's easier than you.
ESPN, and I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. They came back and won that game by a field goal.
Yes.
I would have put money on it that they were losing.
Oh, I thought it was over. And then I'm sitting there, cause I'm still not sold on golf.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, here you go, here's his true colors.
Yep.
This is awesome.
Uh-huh.
And chance I got opportunities to come back, I was like, that's not happening.
Yeah.
And then when they tied it up, I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, but then I was like, yeah, something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And next you know, 4 seconds, well, it might have not have been tied up if Dan Kennedy did it. So Lazovic would go for it on 4th down.
Yep.
I'm like, thank God he was like me, cause
Yeah.
just
Right.
go for it.
Right. Yes. Yes. Yeah. I'm like, you have got, there's no way they came back and won that. You talk about luck.
Oh, I think that would save them with the defense.
Yeah.
And, your running backs.
Yep. So when I woke my son up for school, I went in, I said, hey, bud, you gotta get up for school. He said, okay. I said, and you're not gonna believe this. He said, what? I said, the Lions was, he said, no way. I said, dude, you won't believe it if I told you. With 4 seconds left, they kicked a field goal to win by 3 points. He said, you're crapping me. There's no way. I'm like, dude, I'm telling you. I just watched it.
Yeah, I just couldn't believe that. I was saying, I was going in thinking, man, it's only the second or two, so I get so close.
Yeah.
Gotta catch up in the conference.
Yeah, all right, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Learn how to do some cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Outside of that,
Yeah.
great.
Is
Every
it-
town's
it's not
from really
private though, is it?
much, but I think the
Okay,
media,
I
or
can't.
less than 20.
Right, exactly, yes.
And all this other stuff, I'm like, I don't really watch them build this. So they.
Right. My son watches YouTube already, so I'm like, he doesn't need, we watch sports and he watches YouTube. So,
All you gotta do is
bets. Ask you what? About betting? You know what? I will next time. Prior to the next closed session, we'll take a guess and whoever's wrong, they owe the other one a candy bar. Yeah, because we can't exchange funds. That's fine. That's the only payday we can authorize.
All right. How long were we in there for?
21 minutes.
7:17. We were in
No,
there
we
for
were
an
in there
hour.
an hour.
Was
We
it
were
an
in there
hour?
for an hour.
7:16.
I was like, 21 minutes.
Yeah, 'cause it was, that's what I was thinking when it was 8.
21 minutes.
All right. I was wrong. Just like to, can you mark that down for my wife to let her know that I admitted that?
I will
Oh.
send her a message.
I wouldn't be surprised. Me?
Oh,
Yeah.
I smell coffee.
Yeah, I do. I always get coffee at night.
Yeah. Smells good.
Yeah, that's a coffee brand that I run right
What
now.
do you guys do?
It's
Rich go home?
Ethiopian coffee.
He's out.
Rich did?
He said, I'm not on there, I'm leaving.
Well, you could.
Come on,
I
Dan.
don't think Peter and Norma are gonna hurt us.
All right, I was just checking on you, man.
You're stuck.
You're good. You're good.
I don't know where to.
Better be safe than sorry. All right. Okay. I will take a motion to re-enter open session.
This is money. I'll move to re-enter open session.
Do we have support?
I'll support.
Roll call, please.
Swim,
Yes.
George,
Yes.
Whedon,
Yes.
Bianski,
Yeah.
Money.
Yes.
You're open.
All right. And can I take a motion considering the action regarding the closed session?
So I'll move to proceed or to extend a public interview for the city manager position to candidates 30, 34, 40, 45, and 46 on Friday, the 22nd at 10 a.m. with second interviews to be held on the 25th.
Very good. Do we have support?
His support.
Roll call, please.
George,
Yes.
Whedon,
Yes.
Bianski,
Yes.
Money,
Yes.
Swim.
Yes.
Carries.
Very good. Thank you. Next on the agenda, expenditures. Can I have a motion motion on the expenditures?
Move to approve expenditures as presented.
Support?
I'll support.
Discussion?
None.
None. Okay. Roll call?
Whedon,
Yes.
Bianski,
Yes.
Money,
Yes.
Swim,
Yes.
and George.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, and now at this time, we will go through the nominations and appointments for the boards that are listed before us. I think, before we get started though, I know there's some boards that we want to postpone assignment. And can we just get those off the table? right
Yeah,
out of the
so
gate?
tell me what numbers.
Let's see.
I wrote 6, 7, 8. I think 6, 7, and 8 were the only ones.
Yep.
6, 7, and 8. So you're choosing to postpone 6, 7, and 8 until next time.
Correct.
Okay.
All right.
Swim, are you making that motion?
Sure.
Do we have support?
I'll support.
And roll call, please.
Bianski,
Yes.
Money,
Yes.
Swim,
Yes.
George,
Yes.
and Whedon.
Yes.
Carries.
All right. And now, at this time, we will first go to the Planning Commission. Do we have a motion for an individual to take that position? Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll move to,
Why don't we
You
go,
want-
go right off that list?
so I'll move to
I'm still,
appoint Dan Vagonski to the Planning Commission.
I'll support.
I'll accept.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Very good. Look at that, man. You got one right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did it on purpose.
That might
That's
be true.
right.
All right, Zoning Board of Appeals, do we have a motion for an individual to take the seat for the Zoning Board of Appeals?
Move to appoint Dan Vagonski, Zoning Board of Appeals.
I will support.
2 for 2.
Yeah, it's a record for you.
Just give me a couple weeks. It's like going to heaven's
All right,
door.
everybody in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Roll call, please.
Oh, we just
Oh, no,
did
we
all
just
of
did.
it.
Oh, my
You
gosh.
just did
I'm so
it.
used to Can you strike that from the record?
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No problem.
All right. Next, Joint Water Sewer Board. We have 2 seats for that. I will make a motion for Patrick Swim to be appointed and Larry Money. Can we do it together?
Yeah,
Or
why
do- Okay. Do we have support?
I want some discussion.
That's fine.
So you're supporting?
Are you supporting, or we just need a second?
No, I'm not supporting it.
Alright.
Raquel?
I'll support it.
All right. Discussion?
I'm the most qualified person in this room besides him. And, you guys dislike my aggression, but you need my aggression. You need my aggression. You know, you've learned how to channel it, or I've decided how to channel it. And I am qualified for this. This is necessary. And forever, whatever anybody that doesn't like me on that committee, they don't live in the city. And I'll put my track record up against him any time of the day or night.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not gonna be detrimental to the city of Buchanan if we lose somebody, because, I mean, you did that to me on Barb. You put me on Barb to destroy Barb. You all know you did it. And I
No,
did-
that was
I-
not my intention.
Not the case
That was
at all.
not my intention.
It
at
worked
all.
out that way now,
It-
didn't it?
It
That's the
did.
concern
It
here,
It
did.
I
sure
would say.
worked out that
It did,
way.
but that
And then
was,
I got
but,
thrown off.
but intention
So
and
it's kinda
results
like
are not
that
always
guy
the
that
same
used to
thing.
carry that baseball bat down
Yeah.
south,
Yeah.
smashing it, and they didn't reelect him as sheriff. So, I've made my point.
Yes.
The
Fair
thing
enough.
about it is, you know, throwing me off of committees, that was all political BS. None of it was proved. I was not recalled, you know. Am I cantankerous? You most certainly bet I am.
Right.
But has things been working in the city of Buchanan? They most certainly have not.
Yeah.
And
Well-
the so-called friends of the city of Buchanan have been stiff in the city of Buchanan for 50 years. So any of the guys that are talking about how much they do or how much they brag they do for the city of Buchanan, I'll go up against them in the state I am right now.
Yep.
Because this is very, very pretentious on my part.
Fair.
I think this is bogus, and I mean, I think it's wrong that you don't put me on water and sewer. That's my
Yeah.
point.
Okay. Thank you, Dan, for that. I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Any
So-
other comments?
Speaking of someone who served on the water sewer board with both Dan and Larry, it ran better, more cohesively and efficiently without Dan. And I just
I'd-
recommend that we continue with who's working and works well with the other communities, because it's more than just about the city, it's about our relationships. And yeah, there's a lot of politicking, and it's not about head smashing, so.
Comments?
Yeah, and like I said, I don't wanna sit up here, and I'm not gonna bash Dan either, but, the people that are on that board, kinda help make this decision, this go around, and, like I said, with cohesiveness, I think it works a lot better. If it doesn't pan out, I'm more than willing to step down, but I mean, right now, I think, we're settling up on this, and this is probably where we need to go.
And so my comments on this, Dan, I think, it's pretty obvious to the community, we all work well together. I think we've come to a consensus on how we communicate, the style to which we communicate. We've given the respect that you're owed. I think you're recognizing that in your actions, and I think at this time, it's the best option for us. Now, your qualifications being what they are, I don't think that is being brought into question at all.
That's okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good
That's
point.
not gonna stop me from speaking up.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
we don't
I
want
hope-
you
we
to.
hope you do.
But being
Right.
on that committee makes a
Yeah.
big difference.
Okay.
And the
Yeah.
two people that are speaking out against me, one of his, I'm not gonna go there.
Yeah,
I
let's-
just won't go there.
Okay, but let's
Yeah.
do this.
But I could dig up, I could
We don't
get real
even-
quick.
I know, and that's the whole thing,
And
is that
that's
we.
the problem with the city of Buchanan.
Right.
We're laying down for the outer regions,
But you're adding value because of that experience, so then let's channel it in a
but
different
not
way.
firsthand.
I understand,
I'm
but
on the outside with my nose pushed up against the window.
I don't think so, though, because I think your commission seat and the
I
respectability that we're.
guarantee you, if you put me on, that would be such a slap if you put me on that committee,
Mhm.
and there would be repercussions. But it ain't the kind of repercussions that would
Right.
hurt the city of Buchanan.
Well, here's
It'll
my.
just hurt somebody's
Here,
feelings.
let's think about it this way. I fully expect you, if your passion lies in finding the wrongs that are being done within the city, then I fully expect you to speak up and say something regardless of the board
I
that
am,
you.
Dan.
I agree. And so how's that gonna change? I say that we continue with this. If it's politicking, then let the people politic who politic well, and people who wanna smash heads well, metaphorically, please. But
I'm combining the two.
I understand, but I think it's,
you can
And I think I've done a
talk
pretty
with
good job
Larry
of
and
combining the two.
I think you have too. I still think that we get.
You know, I'm still standing. Sean's not here.
I know, you are.
So I
You
think
are.
the lines of communication have drastically improved, and I'm very thankful for that. And I'm more than willing
I just
to
want,
listen
I want it
and work with you.
I want it publicly
That's fine.
known
Yeah,
that
yeah.
the so-called people that are our so-called friends
Mhm.
have been shafting us for 70 stinking years.
Okay.
And the so-called intelligent people aren't as intelligent. They just know how to use 6-syllable words.
And I think we've exposed that many times, and let's continue to do so. I think that we're proving that we can work together and expose, if
All
said
right,
things are happening.
I'll back off. But
Okay.
I would like for this to be re-brought up. I would like to make a motion to bring this back
No,
up
we
in
already
4
have
months.
Well, we gotta
already have a
finish this motion.
on
Yeah.
the floor.
But if you
so-
wanna do that after this one, we can. Roll call, please, since it was a little
Okay,
discussion.
George. Yes.
It's tough. No, don't worry. We've all been there. Trust me.
Whedon,
Yes.
Bianski,
No.
Money,
Yes.
Swem.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Dan, did you wanna make a separate motion?
And I think he can, frankly, just, you control the agenda, you two can work about when it makes sense.
No, I mean,
Okay.
you guys, no.
Okay, all right.
I mean, I
just
had
wanted.
my word, there's no
I know you.
hash.
All right, all right.
Great.
Moving on. Thank you guys for that. Barb, would someone like to make a motion for an individual for that?
I would nominate Raquel George for that position.
Do we have support?
Do you want it?
Yes.
Yes, I'll make the second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Right.
Opposed? Okay. Southeast Berrien County Landfill Board, take a motion for an individual for that.
I would move to put Patrick Swem back on that board.
I'll support.
So aren't we, just for clarifications, we have 2 seats on that board. One is a commissioner
Mark already
required
sits
seat.
on it.
Yeah, I stay.
So is
on it.
Mark's
Just say
seat
Mark-
up for,
yeah.
okay, just so I'm. on
Yeah, it
the
would've
same
been
page.
yours, cause you're just not
It's
gonna
just
reappoint
Patrick's
him.
and Mark
Okay.
falls into it, right?
Yep,
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we didn't have to appoint 2.
all right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, very good.
Who seconded that?
I did.
Okay. Great.
Moving on to Board of Review. Take a motion for an individual for that.
Order of review, is that, Larry's is on that now, I think, right?
Yeah, I've been there.
I'll
Well-
move to, appoint Larry Money.
I'll
Good.
support.
Very good, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Election Board Commission.
You don't have to worry about that since you were elected mayor, you're
Okay,
automatically
perfect.
on that.
Very good, everybody. There
Easy
we go.
enough.
Cemetery Committee. I will make a motion to have Larry Money as the seat for the Cemetery Committee.
I'll support.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? All right. Oh, this one, Smackus. Take a motion for an individual to take that seat on the Smackus board.
Larry Money wants it, doesn't
He
he?
said he
Mhm.
wants it.
Yeah. I still
Okay,
think-
well, I want to comment when we're all done here.
Okay.
Alright, so your motion, and I'll support Dan.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I
Oh,
thought
wait, you
had-
wanted discussion,
I
sorry.
thought
you wanted
wanted
discussion.
No,
discussion.
I'll wait till we're all
Oh.
done.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
all
On
right.
all of them.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
That's
All
fine. So all in favor for the Smackus?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And then Finance Committee.
I would move to put Patrick Swem on the Finance Committee.
All right, I'll support. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
We had a note in the correspondence related to creating another committee called 2020 Downtown, something like the 2026 Downtown.
2026 downtown.
Business Impact
And we're gonna have,
I'd like to see Dan and Raquel had that up, working with the businesses and the engineering firm on
What is
plan-
that going to entail?
whatever you guys come up with to make sure business impact is minimized as much as possible. That, communication is had with those businesses.
like, how are we gonna handle the
when
back?
when are they gonna happen? Just kind of being
Do you
the
wanna
commission.
take on that headache?
Only with you.
Oh, wow,
You get
that,
to-
that
you get to
just
talk to the
changed,
engineers.
that just changed his whole perspective.
I think it's gonna be really important, so.
Well, I was gonna bring it up anyhow, because the thing about it is we really publicly gotta start telling these businesses
Yeah.
what's gonna be going on and where
That's
it's
why
gonna
we
be going
wanted
on
you
at.
on there.
You know, and I do talk to them all.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean,
I think
yeah,
you guys would be
Raquel,
good at it.
the Beauty and Beast will go to work.
Alright.
I have no doubt that it's gonna be successful.
Well,
So is it just us on there then?
It'll be other business, interests.
I
on
would
there as
even, I wouldn't make it yet until they figure out to form
Right.
a committee.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't even, it's just the commissioner representation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just the
We don't need it.
establishment of that's gonna be coming, and when we establish that board, then we want those two to,
Probably what I'm gonna try to stick with is phone conversations and contacting you as to what we want on Facebook.
I'm
Okay?
here for when you need.
I'm gonna keep it as simple as possible.
that's great,
The
man.
thing I wanted
Thank
to
you for
bring
that.
up is, I was seriously considering Smockas, and I talked to Raquel about it.
Right.
I wanna hit these guys as hard as you know.
Yep.
And I really didn't wanna be on it because I am. I got a hammer tied to my tail, I understand that. But the city of Buchanan needs to stop just laying down and taking this. From everybody,
Yeah.
from everybody.
Yep, I agree, and I think that the current state of the commission is well positioned to do that finally, because
Well,
I can tell you, that, and you've been on the commissions enough, like, we can look around and say, okay, collectively, they weren't working together. We were working together, and
Well-
I think we're gonna get better results because of it, so.
I hope so.
I agree.
I don't have any doubt, Dan. I
Okay.
think we're heading in the right direction, we picked the right city manager.
Well, I don't pray, and when I did, he
I-
laughed at me, so.
I know, that was the best statement ever.
No, we didn't.
That's true.
I found out it was my wife, my daughter, and my other daughter. They were talking to me, and I thought I was praying, and they were in the room laughing.
Alright.
Wow.
Moving on.
Okay,
Yep.
well, I think we're good on all that.
We're good, thank you.
No communications, public comment for non-agenda items. The only two public left. No, very very
Wait a
good.
minute.
Whoa.
Oh, Harvey.
Staff or community.
That's right. Two things. First, on behalf of the Buchanan Police Department, we want to thank our veterans, since yesterday was Veterans Day, so thank you for your service. Second is just a reminder, Shop with a Cop is coming up December 7th. We've already begun donations, and so hopefully we can take out 12 kids from our community to have a good Christmas.
Very good.
Where,
Thanks,
where are we
Chief.
doing that at, Dan? Ooh, Harvey.
We've been hearing his
Harvey,
name.
he'll be,
Yeah, give me your air tank so I could. Right, we do it at Walmart. So Walmart,
Yeah.
so we
But
do
I mean-
$200 per child, and then Walmart is actually giving us an additional $50 per child to help
Wow.
us shop with those
Wonderful.
kids.
That's
Okay, then-
wonderful.
Then when we're all done, we go where?
Well, before we used to come back, we release them from Walmart now. So we used to come back to Legion, have pancake breakfast, but
Oh, okay, all
we
right.
don't do that anymore because
Alright.
that stopped a while ago. But if you have something, we will do it.
If you cook it, they will
I
come.
Well, that's what I was gonna do is,
Well, you
go
let-
and find out if we have the ability to, do a breakfast up there and, do the wrapping once again, or if you just wanna do like a breakfast, I would check on that.
Okay, well, let us know, because we'll have to let them know.
No, I'm asking you, which would, you wanna do both, or you wanna do just the one? I mean, cause we're tying up,
Yeah, I just,
Your
whatever
people.
is gonna be easiest for anybody will work for us, so.
Okay,
All
right, I'll check.
So just let me know.
I'll check.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Executive comments. Mr.
I
Lynch.
have nothing.
Wonderful.
I will see you all in the morning at 9
Very
a.m.
good.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I thought it was 8.
Hey, is it 9?
It's 9.
It's at 9.
9 to noon? Okay, I told him 8 to noon. That was my fault. Okay, Dan? Comments?
well, I just wanna give an update. I went in for a surgery 2 weeks ago, 55% chance of it being good and fixing me, 3% chance of it screwing me. It nailed me, and it nailed me hard. The recovery is going to be slow, long, and drawn out. And I'm down to pretty much one lung at the moment. I want to congratulate the two commissioners that won the election. You won it phenomenally and way out there. I don't want to get too publicly national, but you.
Amen.
I was flat on my back in Chicago, which is not really a good place to be when a Republican is winning the presidency. But I was glad to be there, and I was screaming at the top of my lungs.
Your lung at that point? Or
My lung.
Yeah.
So it was sounded like this. Yeah.
So it's good to be back, and I'll see you all in the morning.
Awesome. Mr. Money?
Yeah, I want to thank the public for re-election, and just happy to be back here. I always want to say what a great job this commission does, and I will continue to say that because I think, as Mark put it a little while ago, we're starting to work together, and I think that's for the betterment of the community. We have really bad timing on the water issue, and I expected a lot of repercussion down here tonight, and it was kind of prepared for it, but it didn't happen, and I'm glad to see that. But there's an explanation for everything that we do, and I think that came off good. And once again, I congratulate Kala and her election committee for everything that she did. Everything ran smooth. They were home at a good hour, and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed 3 days later. So with that, thanks for the all the work that the staff and everything put in. Mr. Lynch, it's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. George?
I want to say thank you for the service. Thank you for your service to all our country, to the veterans. Definitely would not be America if we didn't have the brave men and women who have served. So I want to say thank you. And it's good to see Swim and Money back. I'm happy. I'm looking forward to continue working with you guys. And congratulating Mr. Whedon for the mayor. I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you very much.
And I'm looking forward to this next week and doing the interviews and choosing the most qualified person who will do it the most like Mr. Lynch. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
You got the donut. You're the youngest one here.
Oh, I like that.
Just thought I'd throw that in. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Mr. Swin?
Just a couple here. So I think the response to the water line emails was excellent. You know, that wasn't a fun letter to get, but I'm confident the team's been working hard on that just from the meetings I've sat in. And I know we're addressing it, getting ahead of it. It was a template, so hopefully the public reacts, does their research, but they're calling. Sounds like we're taking good care of that. Looking forward to working with everybody tomorrow at the strategic planning session. I think that we're going to get a lot done. A lot of topics came in, so thank you everybody for turning those in. It'll be a good progress update and next step forward for our team here. And finally, thank you to the citizens who put Larry and I back in office. We really appreciate that. We look forward to the next 4 years of continuing to serve you with the best interest of Buchanan, and just really happy with the progress this commission's been making communication-wise, and I think we're definitely taking great steps forward and being more open with each other and informative with each other. So let's keep that momentum moving forward with all the big projects we have ahead of us that are about to break ground.
Thank you. I can second everything that you guys have, but I'm super excited to see where this commission goes in the next 4 years. We have some big projects coming, and to be here 6 years And to have sat with two different styles of commissions, I can tell you this one is probably the one that is the most exciting, not only because of all of you, and congratulations to these two gentlemen, but I think the city staff is happy. I think we have a cohesive team. I think there's communication happening at a different level than we've never seen before. And I think just the noise is very quiet, and I like that. And that means that people are getting what they need. They're communicating with the city, and the city's getting back to them, and we're being responsive. So thank you to everybody, including the citizens, including the city staff, the police, everybody. Just there's a palpable change within the community. It's not necessarily related to the federal changes, but I think just collectively the amount of presence that each one of you play in this community and being accessible to the community gives them a lot of peace and lets them know that you're there and that they can ask you anything and you're not afraid to answer it. So keep up the hard work and continue to be a representative of this amazing town. So thank you. With that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Here we go. Roll call.
Whedon,
Yes.
Bianski,
Yeah.
Money,
Yes.
Swam,
Yes.
and George.
Yes.
You're adjourned.
Thank you. Thank
9
you, everybody.
o'clock tomorrow morning, huh?
9 o'clock.
I know, man.
We gonna be here 3 hours?
We don't have to, if you can.